Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. You know, I've had some friends lately, actually personal friends, asking me about, other coins besides XRP and what you're in love with. And I don't like telling them this coin, but I think it's literally my second favorite coin in the world. And it's vchain. The vet, I love that they have distributions of vtho. And I love that that is a real speculative bet on price action. It could really move fast and quick, even though they don't want it to. But it has these pumps that are awesome, and they're free. It's like you're getting an airdrop every month. Unless they stopped it, I haven't paid much attention in the last couple of months about what they're doing, but clearly I don't think they could. Um, well, ultimately, this is the thing about VeChain. I look at it like this: it's got real world utility, and it's already been implemented. And, they talk a lot about counterfeit goods, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it could offset that. But more importantly, they talk about food. People, every year they want to know more about what they're putting into their bodies. And food is like the number one consumed thing. And you could throw beverages into that. Um, so I mean, they want to know when they can start seeing when the chicken was slaughtered and the temperature it was frozen at, and how much time had passed from the slaughterhouse to the freezer, and how many days it's been dead. That matters to people, especially on fresh food like that isn't frozen. So that is a huge use case. And then if you look at governments, which this is what's really important about VET, they want to see how the citizens are spending. And if it's communist like China, they want to know everything they do, especially with money. Remember, this is about money, all of this. I mean, when Facebook did that whole scheme about TikTok where they're like, they're it's national security and the government said it could be, or whatever happened with that. That wasn't about us being safe. It was about their algorithms are so good and addictive. They could figure out like what people are consumers' goods they're consuming, what they're buying. That was the national security, because it might cost our country a lot of money. Um, it wasn't that you weren't safe and they were gonna like do something bad to your kids, physically or mentally. They were just gonna figure out what they like so they can win at it, and make better products to get an edge. But it's money. But what's the most valuable thing? We keep seeing social media do, stealing our information so they know how to sell us something, a product, a good, right? So you could argue that that is the most valuable thing, information. And when you have something like VeChain, now let's look at logistics. Okay, let's look at Amazon. Let's look at the United States Postal Service. Let's look at UPS. You know, let's look at that. Um, and Amazon's one of the biggest companies in the world, and they have it's all about logistics. It's all about shipping and tracking and everything. I'm sure it's billions a year of product merchandise gets lost or displaced or, boat tips over a year. And they struggle with the tracking of all this stuff. And they'd save, hundreds of thousands of dollars, these big companies at a minimum, having this. And it allows you to get something quicker. Speed, it matters. You find something that makes someone's life easier, they will pay for it. They will pay more for it. You know? So you're talking about Amazon. It's a logistics company, and 100%, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. In VeChain, you could say it's a logistics company. You could say it's going to make their lives 100 times easier and faster. So if you don't think VeChain has value and it's solving a problem, it's solving the biggest problem in the world, and that's Information. You see, I look at the purpose we get information. It's bigger than information. The reason they're stealing information is to learn how we spend. But this is a step further. They're moving our thoughts in what we purchase and spend, and it's being moved, you know? So it's the end goal of why social media spends all this money tracking your thoughts and learning about you. It's the product. It's the most valuable piece of the puzzle. It's what we're buying. Please like, please subscribe. This is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. My dreamers, my roadies. Please come out. I think I'm falling. You're the only one I think is safe. Seems I found the road to nowhere, and I'm trying to escape.